external pressures from various cultural and religious groups. One of the pressures that they were facing were from the group of polytheistic believers who in Greco-Roman times believed that there were many gods. You know, gods like Apollo, Aphrodite, Zeus. And so when these Christians came, these polytheistic believers said, sure, yeah, you can add Jesus. Put him right next to Poseidon over there. The more, the merrier. Yet, that's not what the Christians were about. They, like the Jewish groups, were a monotheistic religion. Hence the conflict. In those times, to proclaim Jesus as the one Lord of all was to proclaim that he was above any other God as the one true living God. This is why Paul writes to them saying, be rooted in Christ, stand firm, cemented, and be overflowing with thanksgiving. Don't let anyone persuade you otherwise with philosophies and other forms of deception. The second pressure that these Christians at Colossae faced were pressure from Jewish Christians. And here's what fascinates me about religion. Not only do religions often disagree, argue, and kill each other over matters of religion and belief, there is also so much arguing and disagreement within one specific religion, and dare I say, denomination. This is one of those cases. The Jewish Christians, having followed the Torah prior to the Christian beliefs, still held on to the laws and regulations of the Torah. They would pressure the Gentiles, and Gentile is just another word for anyone who is non-Jewish, the Gentile Christians at Colossae to submit to some of the more rigid beliefs of Judaism. One of those beliefs was circumcision. Now, I don't know about you, but the thought of a male being circumcised in adulthood hurts me just thinking about it. What's fascinating is that in the Old Testament, this is what Abraham does. He circumcises himself as an adult, which is wild to think about. In any case, Paul says, sure, you haven't been circumcised physically by human hands, but you have been circumcised by Christ, a type of spiritual circumcision that stripped away the old way of life and brought about a new one, a new consciousness, which is why Paul ends by saying, don't succumb to these pressures. Don't let anyone judge you for what you eat or drink, or the festivals you observe, or any other way of life that doesn't fit into these other ways of thinking, into the societal norms. For in the end, none of them matter. What matters